So, I had asked Joseph where he wanted to do it, and he said he wanted to do it with me anywhere, any place, anytime. And so, last night, we did it on the patio for about 2.5 hours. Yeah, that was a good podcast. Welcome to More Geek Than Gay. I'm Edward, and here's the new theme.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Wimpy whoopy, tiny whiny stuff.
And welcome to More Geek Than Gay with Edward
and Joseph.
And now Joseph, with more Joseph than ever before. So, this is part of the new More Geek Than Gay, where we now have a co-host.
He's actually going to share this one, believe it or not.
There's actually going to be two co-hosts, but Karen couldn't be here because she's sick.
Yeah, she's not feeling well.
Yeah, so...
Which is fine, because she wasn't with us through most of this, so
right.
She would be just standing here looking pretty.
Right. This is basically the ComicCon special, so she would basically just be making comments a lot.
Exactly.
She's good at that.
Yes.
She's really good at that.
I know.
Yeah,
I like Karen, I know.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
Oh, look. Not even a minute, we're arguing. My mom lost her bet.
We're not arguing. We argued before we started.
Oh.
Okay, so we were into negative time with the arguing. So his mother bet that we would start arguing. This is my
within
other half.
15 minutes.
Yeah. We went to high school together. Way more on that story much later. You can probably read about it in someone's book eventually.
Yeah, Jordan Summers says she's going to put it in her book.
Yeah. But so I guess we can't spoil it anymore. I guess it's confidential now. Do you still have makeup on?
Yes, I still have.
Okay.
I still have eyeliner on.
Okay, we'll talk more about that later too. So, hey, Joseph.
Yes.
Tell everyone who you are. People know who I am. I'm the guy who's been doing this for a long time.
Well, only for a couple months.
Well, still.
Since the
there
holidays.
was some negative, yeah. So
yeah, exactly. Okay.
There's like about 6 months now.
Yeah, I guess that is right. It's June already.
Yeah.
My name's Joseph. Let's see. I am more of a show-tune queen geek person. I do read comics. I read comics since I was a teenager, thanks to my father.
He's the Penny to my Sheldon.
I am the Penny to everyone's Sheldon.
Or actually, I guess he should be the Penny to my Leonard, but I'm more of a Sheldon.
I don't know. I'm too much of a Penny to. Yes, you. Actually, you know what? You are. You are Sheldon, and Archie is Raj because he has a hard time talking to people.
Anyone? Yeah.
Not necessarily females, but people.
People in general.
Let's see. I'm a drag queen. I work for a magazine. I'm on the board of 2 nonprofits here in Arizona. Look, Kitten. Which one's that one?
I don't know. I think it's Fox.
Yeah, because the other one's eating food. The kittens are eating regular food, by the way.
We'll talk about the kittens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
supposed to
I'm
be
a musician. I'm also a musician.
I'm
I'm a musician because I play sax and keyboards. It helps me de-stress from living with somebody. Let's
I'm
see.
waving. Hi.
Exactly.
It's me.
Let's see. That's basically it. Oh, last year I was in 2 plays, legitimate plays.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy and very proud of that. One you could see on YouTube. The other one you can see in my own head because it never got taped.
Yeah, you know the parentage of all the plays you've been in.
Oh,
legitimate.
Yes, legitimate. Yes.
He's also a Disney geek.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
a roller coaster person
and
too.
a Buffy person.
And
we
a
have
Buffy.
someone to cover Buffy because I don't know Buffy. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even get why I don't get it. Because I can get why people think I would, but I don't. I don't get Buffy.
You don't get Buffy, but yet you read the books to find out why you should like Buffy.
Because there seems to be really good ideas when I read the books. When I read the reference books, I go, "Oh, this looks like a good idea," and then when I actually see the episode, I'm like going, "Oh."
So I'm a different kind of geek than he is. I mean, admittedly, I wasn't into Doctor Who until him.
Sorry.
Was that a Ladmo thing?
Actually, it was a Stan Laurel thing, but
Ladmo did that too.
Ladmo did it too. So, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yes, you got me hooked on Doctor Who. The new part, not the old 60s and 70s. I can't handle those. Those are horrible. Oh my God. And I'm probably going to get some nasty people saying things about that, but
it takes a special kind of love to watch old school Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I have that special kind of love.
When I see an episode in...
Don't bump the table. It causes everything to go blurry.
Oh, did I bump the table?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It went
when I see a man who is sticking his head through a table and pretending he's a lizard, and every other word his tongue is sticking out. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Name
Not my kind
episode.
of doctor. Name what? What is that?
I don't remember what the episode was. Actually.
I don't know. I just know.
Was it the one with the little guy, with the little lizard guy?
Yeah.
And he was being carried around by the big muscular guys?
Yes.
Oh, he's not actually... He wasn't sticking his head. He's actually a midget.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has a dwarf. He has a very extreme case of it.
I thought he was just sticking his head through the thing.
No, that's part of how he got the job. He appeared twice as that character, who I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me at this moment. And he was supposed to come back, and the show got canceled before he could come back. People have actually been wanting to see him back for the new Doctor. Okay. Yeah, I think he's still alive.
Really?
Yeah, and which is odd because of that extreme case of dwarfism. You'd think, yeah.
They don't survive very long.
Yeah. Oh, see, we just brought everything down. Oh, but so this is Joseph.
Hi.
You'll get to meet Karen in the near future, probably next week, hopefully.
Hopefully next week. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and hopefully everyone enjoyed the new theme or anything. It's all pumped up with themitude. So, yay! I still need to work on getting a new logo. The logo is.
I like that logo.
It's just so. Exactly what it is, scribbled out at the last minute when I realized I didn't have a logo.
Yeah, but the way in your image, with that logo, and then you just see your eye. Like, oh look, there's my eye.
Maybe I can figure out a way to incorporate the logo.
Like Phantom of the Opera, there's my eye.
The goal is to incorporate the old logo into the new logo, just like I used the old theme in the new theme.
Yeah, I guess so. Tell us what you think of the new theme.
Personally, so far,
I don't like it.
So far,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Everyone's getting it, and I really grooved on it when I heard it through the headphones. It really, I really did like it, especially on the headphones.
I just don't like change.
Well, yeah. So, not really any updates for work this week. Because
you work, I don't.
Well, you do shit. You've been helping Larry out with his rental and everything.
Yeah. My best friend Larry is in town from Denver, Colorado. His tenants of 3 years moved out of his house, so for the past couple days we've been cleaning and shopping to get more stuff to clean with. And I'm tired and I'm sore and I probably smell like chemicals right now. But it's been nice hanging out with Larry. I mean, he is my best friend, and I do miss him. So it's been pretty good, just hanging out and chatting with him. But at the same time, that's a lot of cleaning. Today, we moved the fridge so I could clean not just the top and the sides and the back.
And tomorrow you do painting.
And tomorrow is we're painting.
And he was surprised. Larry was surprised to find out that paint that he bought 7 years ago isn't necessarily the same paint that he could get today.
Yeah, the color's a little off. It turns out the base color, they changed it.
Who knew? 7 years.
Yeah. Last time he painted the place was back in 2006, and we found out that the base paint is slightly different, and we were going, well, why? Then I realized it was 7 years after he painted the house.
That would do it.
But we're painting, and we are going to lay in new tile in his kitchen. I get to be Butch.
Aww.
And I'm not wearing a dress to do it.
Aww. And now the cats, or the kittens, we've kind of already talked about them. They're running around doing their thing.
Well,
you
2 out of
actually
3
even got
are.
to see. Yeah, Bear's still shy. They have names now.
Oh, that's right.
There's Rabbit. Rabbit was inspired because he was always the curious one that came out first. So, like Alice in Wonderland, curiouser and curiouser. So actually, which would make him Alice, but
It's a male.
Rabbit just seemed better than Alice. And then the little black one that's all shy, Joseph made the comment about how...
Well, he was hiding in a box next to the washing machine.
Yeah.
And the way he was hiding and looking out, he reminded me of a bear that's in a cave. So I'm like, oh, look, honey, he looks like a bear. Hence, now he's called Bear.
And then that I got to thinking, I'm like, going, we have a rabbit, we have a bear, and I said, no, I'm like, the only thing missing now is Fox.
Yeah.
And we have ourselves a little Uncle Remus trio.
Song of the South. So we have Bear, Fox, and Rabbit. Those are the 3 kittens. Bear. No, not Bear. It's Bear. Period. Kind of like Wilfred. Bear.
It's rare. And then inside the house
I
we
was
have
gonna
Tar Baby, so we're the house that Remus built.
But Tar Baby is not named after that. Tar Baby's named after my cousin.
And Tar Baby isn't actually a racial slur at all.
No, it's not.
Oh, the hours of entertainment that causes. So, and also, actually, the other highlight of my aunt was in town. I got to see my aunt. Hi, Aunt Janet.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
And I missed her on Sunday because my phone was being all weird because I tried to do some updates and then suddenly my phone wouldn't. It erased all my my text messages and it told me that I had no room for any more text messages.
Ow.
So I kind of missed her on Sunday. It kept on telling me that it was turning away text messages, as a matter of fact. So I wonder if that was her.
Trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah, and I was trying to get a hold of her on Facebook, and that didn't work. And that was also my phone, and then I finally did it on the computer.
Yeah, Edward and I have been together for over 5 years. He's not really... Family's not nearby any time, anywhere, kind of a thing. And we finally have family visiting, and guess what? He goes out on Friday night without me. And I don't get to meet this.
Because I intended for us to go on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon and do like hey, whatever happened to your father's breakfast today?
Oh, that got canceled till August.
Okay.
And it's tomorrow.
And it's tomorrow? I thought it was
It
on
was
Monday.
supposed to be tomorrow, but it got moved to August.
Okay.
I found that out this afternoon.
And then Archie had a party.
Yes, Archie had a birthday party a week and a half after his birthday.
Yeah, and
Edward went.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
That
pleasant.
was Saturday night, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll talk more about your Sunday night a little later.
Yeah,
I actually
gosh,
have that on the schedule.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a schedule, and I'm just looking at it right now with you.
That was the sound
That
of
could have been a moth.
It could have been a moth, but it wasn't. It was a schedule with my work's old name on it. And the other highlight of the week was me going to court for the yard and having it dismissed because they had no proof that I had ever received a complaint about the yard, which I was saying I didn't get because in the past, anytime we've gotten a complaint, we take care of it right away.
Correct.
So, I mean, yes, sometimes it does escape us, but we take care of whatever the complaint is. We have no desire to be one of those neighbors. But
Like
now,
most of our neighborhood.
yeah. But after the fact, I actually found out that I did receive the notice, and I feel kind of bad about that. But how does I know? It somehow got filed with the old mail, and so, oops.
Well,
But it's already been dismissed, and so, yay!
how about the fact that they didn't even have your middle initial correct?
They didn't have my middle initial correct. But that's a typo type thing. See, they're right. They had W instead of E. They're right next to each other. I'm not going to hold that against them.
It's the government. You got to get them on any little thing.
I'm willing to just get them on the fact that they fully dismissed it, and then after the fact, I figured out, oh, whoops. But it's been dismissed.
Since we're on the subject of the yard, our yard is looking good. Very happy with it. We've gotten 4 zucchinis.
4.
Yes, we've gotten 4 zucchinis. The sunflowers are taller than any of us. We're all roughly about Archie, Edward, and I are roughly about
Same height, yeah.
yeah, about
roughly,
5'10" to 5'11" collectively.
Yeah.
And
I'm picking basil on like a regular basis now
Yes.
already.
yeah,
Mm. So I have to take some up to work tomorrow.
like about once a week, we pull some of the jalapenos and serranos.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And the tomatoes are starting to kind of kick in, and the eggplant's doing its thing, and
we're getting regular
we have
squash,
all sorts of
yellow
Malabar
squash.
spinach growing over there, which we have yet to figure out what to do with, because I tasted it raw, and it is not going in a salad. I'll tell you that. Oh, and I've picked okra.
Oh, that's right. We got 1 okra.
No,
2.
we have 4. 4?
4?
4. I
okra.
can actually have a little okra snack. Because I will be the only one eating it, because I'm the only one who finds the okra to be magical and lovely. So,
It's good in stews.
It's good in stews. It's good fried.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
And if you cook it for 5 minutes, boil it, and then take it out and immediately stop it from cooking and salt and pepper it.
I'll take your word for it.
That is perfect. But that's pretty much been my week. And your week, I guess.
My week, well, let's see. Wednesday, I for the first time ever, I went to help out Joshua Tree, and I got the van. I am authorized to drive the Joshua Tree Feeding Program's van, and we went to St. Mary's to pick up food for the clients.
Do you think they'll actually listen to this now that you're on it?
Who knows?
Who knows? I still give them a shout out, but I don't think
Exactly.
they listen. I think they're completely
we had to
unaware
meet
that I give them a shout out.
Yeah, we had to meet at 7:30 in the morning to make sure that we had all this stuff at St. Mary's and back to Joshua Tree before 10 o'clock. And, oh my gosh, that stuff gets heavy.
Yeah, it does.
It does. And their cooler, where they keep all the meats and the veggies and the fruits, I'm going to have to get a sweatshirt and bring it with me because I got cold. But, yeah, we filled it up in the ice coolers, and Malon and I, and the van is just big. What are you doing? See what I have to put up with? Look at what I have to put up.
What?
Yes, I know. You're like, ooh, close up. Oh, back away. Yeah, I know how you do. I've seen
No, I
your
got
stuff.
distracted, actually. I just was like going, ooh, look. But,
And then I'm trying to think of what else did I do this week. That's basically it. Larry got into town on Friday, so ever since then, hanging out and doing things with Larry.
and I'm back to trying to do my exercising again. So
Oh,
I did
yeah,
my
he
tap
went
dance
tappa this morning.
tappa. But,
And
so,
he taped himself tappa, 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 and if he puts it on his Fat Boy Chronicles, you'll hear the last 2 seconds of him going tappa, 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 of me having a coughing fit.
actually, I was planning on re-recording it. Not because of the coughing fit, but because well, it's one thing to be doing the Fat Boy Chronicles and chronicling how my body is changing. It's another thing to be, like, tap dancing without a shirt on.
No, because they need to see that. If you're going to torture everybody by showing you, yes.
No one needs to see that. I didn't need to see that. I've seen other. That was actually very scary. But this little intro section is a little longer than it normally is.
No
but
kidding.
then again, we had to introduce you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't know I was still doing the intro. I thought we had already went on.
well, this is kind of the intro section. I consider like talking about the week the intro section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna
talking
'cause
about
we
the
already
week is-
had the.
Yeah, talking about the week is the intro section.
Okay.
Like, hey. This
Oh,
is my
here's
life
catching
during
up.
this week. Yeah.
Well, okay,
catching up
but
with
yeah,
people.
but that's
I
understandable.
guess maybe it's a
because-
catch-up week, or maybe it's not an intro. Maybe it's a catch-up.
Yeah, because the
With
intro is
myself.
like, hi, is how this is who I am, blah blah blah. Then you have your,
Yeah.
you know,
Then the theme song.
and then let's play catch up.
So I guess this is the catch-up. But this episode's going to be longer than normal anyway because it's a special con episode.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I kind of realized in the video it didn't look right. Yeah. For those of you who are not watching the video,
It looked
congratulations.
like yes.
At this
People actually
moment.
did not see what he was doing to the microphone. Let's just say it looked. It should belong on another website.
Maybe
And we'll
I
leave
should
it at
start
that.
Maybe I should start
No.
another podcast.
You already
Where
have
that's
too
a-
many podcasts.
No, I don't have the math one yet. Oh, and I was thinking maybe a grammar. But that's a whole other thing. So, now it is time for Geek Time.
Okay.
Yay, Geek
Yay,
Time.
Geek Time.
Yay.
Okay.
So,
We're off to Geek
now,
Time
Geek Time this week is pretty much going to be nothing but con.
because there's nothing else going on.
Con.
Edward, I told you not to do that.
It's too late. I just did it again.
I know.
But it's to get the effect. It's microphone tricks. Otherwise, you don't get the effect of the
Yes, dear.
exterminate.
Speaking of which, since there's no more Doctor Who, and there's
And the Matt Smith leaving at the Christmas special.
after the Christmas special,
Yeah,
Matt
yeah.
Smith is supposedly leaving. That's the rumor.
Actually, no, that's the press release.
Is that the actual press release?
That's
I
the
have
actual
not
press
seen the
release. It's not a
so I
rumor.
didn't-
It's the
yeah, I
actual
didn't see
press
the
release.
press release.
Yeah. There's no spoilers here. There was a press release. He's done.
I know.
Stick a fork. He's toast.
So we're starting off. Are you starting off when the first day?
Well, not Thursday, unless you did something on Thursday. I got
did
there
two
on
things on
Thursday.
Thursday.
I was scheduled to be there on Thursday, and I showed up on Thursday, but then my thing canceled, and I was just there. So I didn't
yeah.
really have anything I did. Did I even go to a panel at all on Thursday?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, that was the one where with Sam.
Yes.
Sam and Ginny.
Yes.
Yes, and Sam
Andrew. Yeah, so you're line logging the, at 4:30, the Summer Lovin' Young Adult Authors panel in this room.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's line logging, so. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Does anyone have questions about my guest? Go ahead.
Do we need to show up like a certain amount of time early, like 15 minutes early before the panel starts? Or?
Yeah, it's 15 minutes early.
Wasn't that exciting?
Okay, I have an issue with that.
You have an issue with that?
Yes.
What do
you
you
have what a dozen people in that thing, and everyone's spread out all over the place. Hello, sit next to each other.
We
up
were in
front.
one of the two big rooms.
Doesn't matter. You
Well,
don't have
I don't
that
know
big
why
of a
we-
meeting.
I know.
There's not that,
I don't know
so
why we were in that
you-
big of a room. I didn't make the rules. I don't know why we were in that big of a room.
Well, but why did you have to sit so far away?
I don't know.
Why?
People it was morning. They wanted to spread out. I don't know. I have no idea.
Even if it's in a big room, come closer.
It's not like I'm going to corral them together.
Well, it's not your job to.
It's
You
not
were
my
only
job.
number 2
Well, number 2 to the number 1
of
mod
that
of
group.
my team. Yeah,
yeah,
and
but still,
the guy that you heard talking, he was kind of the one that was like really the real number 1.
that's the one I met, right?
Ryan, you met Ryan?
No. Was it Chris that I met out in the street? I met one of them.
Oh, Sam.
Sam.
Yeah, you met Sam.
I met Sam.
And
He's cute.
Sam's like
He was
Mandy.
cute for a straight guy.
He's not straight.
Then that's not who it is then. Because that one...
You said he was cute. The
was
one that
cute.
you said was cute is not straight.
The one,
The one
yeah,
that you
right
told
outside...
me to maybe-
right
outside
yeah.
the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not straight. Sam is not straight.
I thought you told me he was.
No.
Oh. Ooh, look. Husband number 7.
There you go. Right after Freddie. And probably a couple others.
Freddie?
Freddie Prinze Charming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we're digressing a little bit. But that's how.
Yeah, I got in trouble for
You
letting
didn't
that
get in-
first part going too long.
didn't
I'm
get in
supposed to keep
trouble
him
at
in
all.
line, and it turns
You
out
didn't-
I blabber
You
away
didn't get
like
in
he
trouble
does.
at all. This is going to be a long one anyway. We're introducing, and we have like a whole con to talk about.
Yes,
Plus some.
because this is only Thursday.
Well, no, this is Friday.
This is Friday.
This is Friday
Oh, we
morning.
already
This
finished.
is
We didn't
the
talk
beginning.
about the second panel.
There was a second. Oh, there was a second panel. Wait a minute. What do you
That
mean?
was
the second
social
panel? Was
media
Sam-
authors and social
Well,
media.
yeah.
Yeah.
The best. It's
Okay.
possibly best.
We
not
also
talk
went to
about
a
that.
second panel
Yeah.
about authors and social media.
Yeah, that's the one with Sam Sykes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and Gini Koch was on it, and was Stackpool on that one?
I don't remember.
Was Jordan on that one?
No.
No, Jordan was
is
not.
Jordan. Yeah, Jordan's not a social media kind of a
The
person.
video did not work so well for that panel that Jordan was on. That were like, oh, but like, I can't remember who else was on the social media one, but that's okay. We don't have any video of that.
No, we don't have any video.
So, but yeah, I was late to every one of those meetings, and I still was not the last person in the room.
You weren't late on this Sunday. You
I
shouldn't
was
have been
to-
late Sunday.
I was actually late each day. They actually had already started the meeting every day that I was there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
Yeah, like Sunday, I don't get it. But
Yes, because Sunday you had it 5 minutes prior.
I know.
Well, I got you there at 9:25.
I understand, but I was. They had already started every day I went in.
Yeah, he had to be there at 9:30 every morning of con. I'm the one who had to drive him and jump him off at the street, so that way he could rush into this meeting, and I got to park the car and pay for the parking.
because we were both going to con. And
I know,
just one
but it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
you know,
hey, my
and of
first
course we
day,
couldn't
I
get
was
there
supposed-
early enough that we could park and then walk over together.
And on my first day, that Thursday thing that got canceled, I was supposed to be there until 2 in the morning, and then
yeah, we
turn
didn't talk
around and
about
come back and be there for 9:30. But that's neither here nor there because that didn't happen.
But real quick,
Uh-huh.
it did not get canceled. The party
that's
still
right. It
went
did-
on. They
My
just
part
didn't
just
want
got-
you.
They didn't.
They
They already
didn't
had a
need
host.
you.
Right. They had a host already.
So let's not, make it sound like the whole that thing got canceled. It was they just didn't need you after all.
Right.
Yay!
Yay. So, then...
We're on Friday.
Yeah, we're on Friday. I don't know what other panels was that. That was the one with the self-publishing day. That was self-publishing.
That was
day.
self-publishing, and Ginny
Was that
and Jordan.
before my first panel?
Oh God, hold on.
The self-publishing panel. We can just talk about it real quick because
I know.
it kind
You
of
talk about the self-publishing, and I was.
That one had I want to say Michael Stackpole. I always just refer to him as Stackpole, and Gini Koch and Jordan Summers and some other guy who doesn't self-publish and didn't understand why he was on the panel, and no one else did either. And that was pretty much
That was
it.
basically it.
Yeah, it was a lot of Stackpole and the other guy talking, actually. But,
Yeah, that
you
was-
know,
that was-
Stackpole is actually very informative about publishing and about writing. He has he actually does a podcast about writing.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
and apparently there's more that he does regarding writing. He's also like a member or founder or president or something like that of the Arizona Skeptic Society.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
The way he is, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so and he writes like 50 books a year.
Oh, he's like Ginny.
Yeah, he has a Jenny like writes like maybe about 3 or 4 books a year, and that's only if you keep on whipping her to get back to her computer to do it because she gets distracted. He just cranks out these books. He does a lot of the franchise books.
Oh, okay. So that
But he
explains
does
a lot.
also do stuff outside the franchise. He has his own like series and stuff like that, and he just knows his system for writing. That's part of what he teaches. Also, is how to. He does a
he
lot
did
of.
mention he does with ASU, I believe. Wasn't it
I think
ASU?
so. And he
Yeah.
does panels there
Panels,
too,
stuff
and
like that,
yeah,
yeah.
he does a lot of stuff with.
I
it.
also found out at that panel that Jordan Summers basically self-published
most of her stuff.
like she said, I think she's like 85 or 90% of her stuff is self-published, which to me, hey, go for it. I honestly,
Yep.
if you could do it and you have the time, go for it.
Now, the funny thing is that as we go through here, you're going to notice a lot of writing panels. I'm the comic book guy, and somehow I've become kind of the writing panel guy. And I like doing the writing panels. I actually enjoy them, and I enjoy trying to make them as interesting as they should be, as compared to being just talking heads NPR stuff. Actually, one of the writers ended up giving me possibly my favorite compliment of the whole con this time when she told me that I was her favorite moderator because I try to make the panels interesting and lively. So, yeah, I'm kind of the writing panel mod now in many ways. I'm sure there's others who are the writing panel mods in their own minds, just like it's in my mind.
Here,
But what else did we go to?
hold
Because
on,
I have
hold on,
nothing
hold on.
until
I just looked
like,
this
tonight.
up right here. Is like we have Gini Koch, Jordan Summers, Michael Stackpole,
I was right,
and
Michael.
then Timothy Zahn.
Timothy's on.
That was the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah. But okay, so
How
what
about
else
my
did
program? Sorry.
Yeah. What else did we do on Friday?
Well, one thing.
Because I'm
I know.
clear until
know.
we get to talking dirty.
Yes. One of the things I forgot to mention on Thursday afternoon, I hooked up with our friend Brad,
Mm-hmm.
Edward's first ex. So I
Very
spent.
arguably, yes.
Yes, I spent. But basically, we from beginning to end we were with Brad. He was my companion while Edward would go on to different panels.
You will hear him in the background of many of these videos.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, when it comes to these videos, best bet is to put your headphones on. Due to the areas and the ways that we were having to do it, and we actually used multiple forms of getting these videos. A lot of them are going to sound possibly a little bit muddy over just your regular computer speakers, but I listened to them over headphones myself, and you will be able to make out what we're talking about. Anything that you can't, I will make sure to fill in 1 or 2 little spots and everything. But most of it, if you're actually listening, you can make it out with headphones on. So during this section, anytime there's a video, put your headphones back on. But
It's kind of like put on your 3D glasses.
yeah. So what did
I'm
we?
trying to think of what else did we do.
See, I can't think of what we did next.
We did. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I can't believe you don't have this video.
I don't have this, a video of what?
At 4:30 was Nichelle.
Oh, I do. That's later.
Okay.
I'm actually saving that for later.
Oh, you're saving that for later.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was going to say because
Yeah, the celebrity stuff's going to be at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if I wouldn't known that.
3 celebrities. Ooh. Gini Koch wants to think that she is, but she's actually in the writing section. No, she's in the writing section.
Gini Koch is a famous author, according to Andrew.
Yeah, we'll talk about the evacuation later. But
I saw her get turned into a diva,
and
so
she
I
is
know
a famous
exactly.
author.
She is a very famous author,
she's
even if
got
it's in everyone's eyes. But we saw Nichelle Nichols on Friday.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I never.
And then we the LGBT characters in comics.
Oh,
we went to that panel, which I was very happy and very proud to be in that one because it was packed.
Yeah, and it's the first year that they did the LGBT panel. And they also did LGBT, I was told LGBT gay geek speed dating or something like that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But, and that one actually was a very interesting little panel. The straight guy seemed to have the biggest chip on his shoulder. It was kind of about gay issues. It was kind of weird. I did do a little video of that, but it really came up. It did not,
because it was so packed. We were in the back.
Yeah, and the more bodies in a room, the more the camera I was using really picked up just miscellaneous noises. Like in certain rooms, it really picked up echo.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it picked up echo really badly. You will think that Gini Koch is like using a megaphone at the bottom of a cave.
Jenny's Koch.
Jenny's Koch.
Jenny's Koch.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Did we
talking
go to
dirty
this one?
already.
I don't remember this one.
Right. What is this one?
Writing romantic relationships.
Oh, isn't that my romance panel?
Is it your romance panel?
My romance panel. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't even remember the name of all the ladies that are in the romance panel.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Oh, they were so nice too.
One moment, please.
I was actually the moderator for the writing romance in basic fiction and everything. I accidentally claimed that Ginny wrote erotica, and she kind of explained to me the difference between erotica and romance, and I'm like going, oh shit.
I did go to that one because that was what's her name?
Yeah, that's where we and
that's when you admitted that
and all that.
Yeah,
and I said that so
that's where we got to meet Delilah.
Delilah S. Dawson, very nice. She's the synesthete. Gini Koch, our buddy. Jordan was there. Jordan Summers. She's not listed here, but she was there.
Yeah, she was there.
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
Was it Marcy that was there? It seems like there was more than just these 4 ladies.
But there's Alexandria.
I'm missing one. Okay, Alexandra Monier, who, you'll hear more about her later. And then, but she was very nice. And Leanna Renee Heiber, I apologize, honey. I never learned how to say your last name. And she wore a little hat and was kind of cyberpunky Victorian.
She was very,
And she does acting stuff
steampunk.
too. Yeah. And then also Morgan Matson, who... Why am I drawing a blank on Morgan Matson?
I don't remember Morgan.
Oh,
maybe Morgan was a no-show.
Let's see. Delilah was the Wicked as She Wants to Be, and Gini Koch was there too, because you'll notice a theme. A lot of Gini Koch. She's like everywhere. But that was actually a very interesting panel. It was very educational for me.
Yes.
Because admittedly, I'm not a...
He's not romantic. See? He's not romantic at all. Archie and I all 3 of us could be watching a nice, romantic, sad movie. Archie's crying like a little baby. I'm tearing up, and Edward's like, what? I don't get it. He's not romantic.
All he had to do was buy her an elephant. He's just an idiot. This isn't sad. This is just stupid. So, and I don't mean like an elephant, because that would be just impossible. I was actually thinking a little squeaky toy elephant. In my own made-up movie, that's what led to the sadness.
What movie are you talking about?
Actually, I just adapted an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay.
Okay, so... but eventually, this led to us talking dirty with Jenny and Jordan.
No.
Well, it did eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Oh, good Lord. What else did we do?
You and Brad went to a panel that I didn't go to because I went to the zombie walk and met up with my sister and her family.
Oh, did we go to the...
That's when you went to this Women of Star Trek.
And then we ended up at Talking Dirty with Ginny and Jordan.
Okay, he doesn't want to talk about that panel, but the zombie walk was fun. I had a good time. My sister and her family and my niece and nephew, as well as my cousin and his wife. We all hooked up together. So, and we got to see the zombies.
And here are zombies right now. Okay, so those were zombies.
Yes.
It went on and on. I wasn't even there, but I've been to others. They go around the building and they
walk
go
around downtown.
There's like
and
thousands of them.
Yes.
And many of them aren't even zombies. Many of them are just people in T-shirts walking.
Yeah, that's kind of true now. Huh? They think they could,
walking with zombies. Zombies on sticks, though. I was going to say I still like seeing the zombies on sticks, and bridal zombies.
Yeah, and then this year there was people we knew that we met that's on the zombie walk, and I can't remember her name, but one of them was dressed up as a Snow White zombie, and I can't remember the other one.
I don't remember the other.
Katie is the other one.
Yeah.
Is it Katie? I think it's Katie. I think so. We'll find out.
We love you. So eventually we ended up at what is actually the official name of this? I always call it Talking Dirty with Ginny and Jordan.
Okay.
But it's like erotica in fiction, or
it is Evening Erotica with Ginny and Jordan.
Yeah, you might want to move that over here because you're just moving farther and farther off camera every time you check that. But Evening Erotica with Ginny and Jordan, which I think I actually made them answer the most like actual writing questions.
Yeah, because they didn't start their euphemism game in like a good 20 minutes after. And they're usually like, "Hi, this is who we are. Let's talk dirty now."
Yeah,
Edward actually asked. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jordan answered the difference between erotica and romance and smut.
Porn.
I said smut.
She said porn.
And Ginny kind of just kept on flip-flopping with smut and porn.
Yeah.
Brown chicken, brown cow. That's porn on the farm.
Oh God.
But and this is Jordan explaining things.
Of a happily ever after at some point towards the end of a book, and it can have spicy love scenes, but you cannot ever forget that it is a romance that you're writing. Erotica does not abide by those rules. It does not have to have a romance. It doesn't even have to have two people in it. It is simply a personal journey. That's it.
And as someone who made that mistake earlier in How to Write Romance...
Hey, I corrected you sort of nicely.
Bam.
Like that.
Right on it.
Yeah. So...
Out of here, I apologize for extending the seriousness, but I do have a follow-up to that.
Sure. He's trying to learn. Can you freaking believe it? Yeah. Go on.
What is the difference between erotica and just general smut?
I can write a story where somebody comes up and delivers a pizza and they start shagging from the door all the way to the bedroom.
Call that porn.
That's porn. That's fine. Well, smut doesn't have to have a plot.
Right. Booyah!
Everything else has to have a plot, guys. Whether you're writing erotica or you're writing erotic romance, you have to plot.
I'm sorry. I want to defend porn. I want to defend porn for a moment. Porn does have a plot. It's boom chaka 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 chaka. Did I get any? And how many times? That's porn's plot, but it does have a plot. So if you don't get any, it ain't porn. And I'm embarrassed that I can write porn. This series is not going to erotic, okay? It's spicy and it's hot, but part of erotic, from those of us who don't really write it, part of it is the language you use and what happens and everything, and the full level of description that's going on and how it's described. So it's the words that you use.
Yes, it is.
And the words that you use are the point of evening erotica, because we are moving, as we always do, into the euphemism game.
Woohoo!
In order to write, in erotic fiction, very frequently, you are allowed to use the words like penis and vagina and breasts and boobs and whatever you want, or the dirtier versions.
I was going to say, if you want to feel
Tongue,
like you're
slit.
at a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, well, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
It's like-
Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
But in erotic, usually we're using the dirtier words. But we also like the romance novels from the 70s, where, it was the purple passion of love.
Purple love
Yes,
lands.
the Purple Love
Purple
Lands.
Love Lands.
The Purple Love Lands. And several years ago, the Purple Love Lands came. You're stealing? You're really going. That's premature ejaculation, honey. And while we can use that, it is abuse. You asked for it. I'm sorry. So what we do with the euphemism game is that we challenge you all to come up and give us better descriptions for the male organ. And this year, because we know many of you prepped and have gone to the interwebs in order to get help, Joseph.
Yes.
Now, essentially, their panel, well, ostensibly about how to write erotica, it's actually about talking dirty for an hour or so. They have a game. They have a game where you're supposed to come up with euphemisms for various things, and like
They changed the rules this year. I like to go
he's
on
older.
record. I'm bitter, and they already know I'm bitter, but they changed the rules from last year, and I had a list of things from the rules from last year, and they changed it, and all my stuff just went out the door.
And the
I'm
reason
not
why he's
creative
bitter
enough to do that.
is they give prizes for good euphemisms, which, by the way, if you're looking for a euphemism for boobs, flapjacks is not.
No, don't do
Or
flapjacks.
sandbags.
No, sandbags is
Udders.
not either. Udders was another bad one.
Yeah.
The guy who did flapjacks and sandbags, he won the worst prize of the night.
And I personally put my input into vetoing stress balls, because balls typically go for some other part of the body, and I don't want to think about someone doing the squeezing of a stress ball there, because that's out. No, that was an evil, evil, horrible woman. So why are you giving me that look? Is there a bug?
No, there is one eyebrow hair.
Oh, don't deal with my crazy eyebrow hairs. So,
It's like, boing.
but eventually it came down to talking about, there was penises and stuff, and then it was for the act itself, fornication.
Yes.
And people were coming up with their thing, and then one guy decided to come up with one that was essentially rape.
Yeah, and he was the other gay guy.
Yeah. And Ginny did not sit well with that.
No. No.
And she launched into the following speech about the difference between rape and erotica, to which I had to I eventually got the last word in that one.
Yeah, you did get the
I
last
did.
word. But it
You by the back of the neck, flinging your face into the wall, ripping your pants down, and doing you whether you want him to or not. Does that sound fun? Exactly. It's not. It's not. You won't like it. Trust us. It's not violent comic. It's not the boss strippers, real rape. It's not funny. It's not sexy. It's not love, it's not intimacy, it is dominance, and it is violation. It is someone taking you and taking a part of you that you would give to somebody else willingly, ripping it from you, and hurting you. It's not fun.
Well, it
Not-
I hope it's like not.
It's not
Closure,
BDSM. No, but what I'm saying is that don't ever, when you make rape jokes, and you are as much at risk of being raped as we are, okay? Despite what you guys all may think, there are bigger guys than you out there, and some of them are mean, some of them want to dominate you. Okay, rape is never funny. It's never funny, it's never good to joke about. It's not something, because tomorrow, you could walk into somebody in this con who was attacked tonight.
There could be somebody in this room.
Oh, well, I guarantee it's somebody in this room. Somebody in this room has been through that. Okay, it's never funny. It's never kosher, and it's never something you want to have happen. So don't joke about it. These comedians do make rape jokes, okay? But unless you call them that stand-up act, it's never going to be funny. And there's not a single solitary woman that's going to go, ha, that's hilarious. Okay, and half the men won't either. Rape is pretty much always off limits. It has to be handled delicately, it has to be handled well, and it's not about sex, it's not about love. This is a panel about sex, basically. Rape has no place in that. Rape has no place in love. No one who rapes you loves you. No one who rapes you wants to have sex with you. It is violence and it is domination. Okay? And you need to learn that and understand that, because you know people right now that have been raped. You may know people as you go through your life that will be raped, and hopefully that will stop it. It's a violence, and it's a violence against women. It's a violence against weaker men or children. It's never funny, and it's never online. Okay, so don't, as you leave here, don't make rape jokes. We're not down on you for it. Just don't do it. It's never funny, and it's never about sex or love.
Also don't confuse it with forced seduction. That's a completely different thing.
Again, if John Barrowman pulls me aside and says, I must have you, and I say, no. Yeah, I'm not really saying no. Yeah.
Her no is like,
No!
You can't.
Jordan, come take pictures!
Jordan's going, no, it's a threesome. I'm married to a Scot. That would not fly at all.
Oh, you have us in
You don't take your scotch.
Both went to school in Glasgow. It would not be pretty.
Be fine. Okay, so he's online. I like how that works. So, yeah. And also BDSM, domination and submission, that is an acceptable thing. And actually, the submissive has more power in the relationship because they have the stop words. So, and we can go into that too. But change the it's
true.
Let's go back to talking dirty.
Okay, so again, back to talking dirty about fucking. Oh, I got the crowd back. Okay, so, Andrea.
The love tangle.
The love tangle?
And that's how you make a rape joke.
Take a breath, yeah.
Cardinal comedian.
That's awfully religious. Well, she liked that. Yeah, you come on like that.
You're really pissed off at
Okay, now to be totally honest, I do not remember what the lady said after we got out of the rape conversation. That she came up with some sort of tango, or like it was the twister tango or something like that. And as they were debating it, that's when part of what made it work for the audience is how quietly I just leaned over and went, well, it's better than rape. And then everything else you saw is what follows.
Yeah.
And I do think I had the winning euphemism for sexual act for the night.
What was
auditioning
that?
for a boy band. Yeah.
But you didn't get the grand prize, so no, it wasn't the winning. But
I'm the moderator. Yeah, that would just be really.
But you did win a prize.
I actually won 3 prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like that right there when you see the whole like how to tell a rape joke. I won a prize for that one. But so that took us pretty much to the end. That was like a 2-hour panel.
Yeah, these panels are only supposed to be about 50 minutes long.
People were not able to think dirty appropriately enough.
Well, no. There was a buttload of prizes. I
We
mean,
did have
that
a buttload of
whole
prizes, but
table was packed
flapjacks.
of stuff. Okay. What?
Yeah, people were having difficulty coming up with appropriate euphemisms.
It
I had to step in and inform people that cum can never be a sexy term.
I hope Mickey's not listening to this.
By the way, this is a little bit PG-ish right at this moment. But I think we're pretty much done with the PG part.
Yeah.
Unless you had something
No.
to add.
All I was going to say is like this: the panel ran so long and it was so late that the security guard came in and told Edward, "All the doors are locked. Con has closed. If you leave the building, you cannot get back in." Because the panel started at 9 and we didn't get done until after 11, like about 10 after 11.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, it was a long panel. So, let's see. That takes us to Saturday.
But we went out.
Oh, we went out. We went out, hung out. I got to drink chartreuse.
Yes, we went out to
nice.
Hanny's, I believe it's called.
Hanny's downtown. They had very nice cocktails.
Yes.
And
Peartini, very good.
Very good.
Peartini.
I'm still in awe of that lovely chartreuse I had. 110 proof, beautiful green chartreuse. Oh, it scared everybody at the table.
It smelled like rubbing alcohol, and it tasted a little bit better.
It tasted. Did you taste the little sweetness at the very beginning when you taste it?
It showed that I had chapped lips.
110 proof, ladies and gentlemen. So, now we're on to the next day. Again, a mod meeting.
9:30 in the morning.
And then my first panel was horror, thriller, and suspense, writing for it.
Yes. How to write.
How to write, yes. We finally got... Oh, no, I had Jordan the night before. But we finally got Jordan again, as well as Jenny. A theme. And Joe Nassis, who told an interesting story about how his first book was actually published. Well, he wrote it at the age of 19 to win a bet to get a case of beer, and then put it in his closet. His wife found it like 10 years later,
15
years later. Said, "Hey, this maybe is something you want to do something with." He typed it up, sent it into the publishers, and it got published with no further edits on his behalf. The publisher probably did a couple, but that's it. And the only thing that keeps everyone from hating him because of that is the fact that it took 6 years for him to get anything else published.
Correct.
But then we also had Marcy.
Yes, Marcy was in that one.
Rockwell. I am horrible with names here.
Marcy, I believe it is Rockwell.
Who publishes under Marshila?
I guess that's how you say her name.
She's the one that gave me that lovely compliment, and she was so dear, actually. And then I cannot remember Jeff something or other. Well, here's a clip of them all introducing themselves.
And I'll find the name.
We actually have an audience that outnumbers the panel.
Oh, yes.
So
Booyah! This is the fun horror panel. We encourage you to sit up close. We won't splatter blood, or not much of it.
We don't throw much.
Yeah. See, everyone but our young man in the back there, he still is not willing to commit.
Exactly. It's the bottling barrel.
It came up, right?
he's not here for writing ideas. He's here for
He's waiting. He's waiting until the first question, and then he's going to get up and knock all the chairs over just to show us. It's like, what the hell? I thought this was Steve.
I would like to welcome you to horror, suspense, and thriller. I don't even know why I need a microphone.
Because it's required.
I know, but I'm looking so far forward.
You can all hear us, right?
Everybody having fun at the con?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, I know it's a small crowd, but just one more try. Everybody having fun at the con?
Woo!
A mini fist bump. I like that. Okay, so this is our lovely panel here. Starting over at Jordan. Introduce yourself, Jordan.
Oh. That's what you were for. Hi, my name is Jordan Summers, and I first was published in 2002. I started off with a small press and quickly moved to New York. I'm published in romance, romantic suspense, erotic romance, and horror.
I am Gini Koch. I write the Alien Catherine Kitty Cat series for Daw Books. I also write the Alexander Outland series and the Necropolis Enforcement File series, which is paranormal. I also write under a variety of pen names, and I write horror as J.C. Koch, and I have two short stories coming out and two Lovecraftian anthologies that are coming out in 2014, The Madness of Cthulhu and Dark Fantastique. I think it's a really long name, and that's all I can remember from it, but they're very cool. So, oh, and I will be the local guest of honor at DarkCon 2014, and they told me I had to say that in this panel or they would hurt me.
My name is Joe Nassis. I do a couple different horror series. The Jeremiah Hunt Chronicle for Tor Books, and I also write the Great Undead War series for HarperCollins.
My name is Marcy Rockwell. I actually don't write straight horror, really. A few short stories have been in straight horror, but most of my fantasy is definitely very dark and twisted. So.
I'm Jeff Marriott. Had 47 novels published, a bunch of comic books. Of that, a pretty good chunk of it is horror or supernatural thrillers or related to horror and supernatural in some way.
30 Days of Night.
Okay, that was Marcy She goes by Marcy in the program, so we're going to say Marcy Rockwell and Jeffrey Marriott. Now, there are also the two that you can't hear at the end because they were very quiet, and I don't think I couldn't get their microphones adjusted any higher. Also,
No,
these microphones up there, it didn't matter what I did on the mixer. Some of the microphones, I think there was volume control on the microphones themselves, but they weren't working, so I couldn't get them turned up.
I think it was only one had the volume control and.
No, each one was separate.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because they had a mixer. They were all done into a mixer in the back. But
how about the fact that it was a Saturday morning at 10:30 and they were not exactly awake?
Yeah, well, and that's also the reason why you got to hear me being all excited about the fact that we finally had enough people in the room to start a panel. Because at 10:30, after a Friday night, people are not necessarily showing, or a Saturday night. No, Friday night. People are not showing up that early at a con. Not normally. So that was that. And then, did we go to, I think we just wandered around until I moderated for Dean Cain.
Yes. Then we had Dean Cain.
And then Lori Holden, who ended up having to cancel her
panel.
Yeah,
there were logistics.
There was reasons that she had to cancel. It just was a shame that we didn't know about it ahead of time. And then after that, what did we do after that?
I think that's when you went with Jenny to what am I reading today or something like that.
Yeah, cool things I'm reading or whatever, and she insisted that I was her moderator, and I was kind of sitting on the panel. And we had this other lady who I don't know who she was. She wasn't listed anywhere. We don't know.
I was going to say
she was a little... She was actually... I was fascinated listening to her. I'm not sure that anyone would read anything that she was reading, but I was utterly fascinated by this woman. She was an editor for like the year's best science fiction collections every year or whatever, and she retired from it. And she was just, I could listen to her for hours. I really could have. I'm not sure for the right reasons.
No, not for what. Probably for her her bizarreness, eccentricity.
Yes. But she was very nice. I just. Now,
you did that. I got to hang out at Gini Koch's booth and sell her wares and talk to people.
Yes.
Well, you went to that one, and that was actually I felt very happy and proud that she trusted me to do that.
And then we went to Gini Koch's panel.
That was Sunday.
That was Sunday?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have that. Okay, so what did we do for the rest of the night on Saturday?
That was it.
Did we all retire early that night?
Yeah, remember we got in trouble because they wanted us to. They wanted to go out with They wanted us to go out with them again for drinks
Cocktails
and
and stuff.
cocktails, and we were like, we're tired, so we went to McDonald's instead.
Yeah. And then that takes us to Sunday.
Now we're on Sunday. Yes.
Now, Sunday was John Barrowman.
John Barrowman,
which we'll get to in a little bit. And then Gini Koch, she had her panel,
spotlight. Yeah.
Her spotlight, and her spotlight started out like this.
Cat series. So read the books.
Oh, I love her. I didn't even have that in the bio, but that's the general suggestion.
As G.J. Koch, she writes the Alexander Outline series. She also writes under a variety of pen names, which we're going to talk about later. But as Anita Ensign, she writes A Cup of Joe and the Neighborhood series. As Gemma Chase, she writes The Hotter Than Hell and The Disciple. As A.E. Stinton, she writes the New West series. And as J.C. Koch, she writes Field Trip in the Penumbra magazine. On top of all the writing she does, she speaks frequently on becoming a successful author, aspects of writing and publishing. Gini also is the lead editor at Raphael's Village and is featured columnist, reviewer, and webcaster for A Slice of Sci-Fi and It's Comic Book Day. So we're here to talk about Gini Koch and all that she does, and this is her spotlight.
Yay!
Just so you know what that was about, and most of you have it, so you can walk, because most of them haven't. Seriously, you can walk, don't run. My e-publisher has given me free stuff to hand out at like every con. So when he gets back, if he gets back with the correct postcards this time, and I'm giving it 50-50 again. And my husband, who is covering my booth, God love him, okay, he came down to see the spotlight. We realized no one was actually going to be able to cover the booth, so he is standing down there doing the thing he hates the most in the world, which is talking to people and selling them things. You would think that when someone said she needs the free postcards, he would know what I meant, but no, he does not. So you would have, but you were here. You would have, I know. So,
husbands don't know anything.
But then I'm not sure how you should take that.
Just letting it go.
Okay, yeah. This is key to a happy marriage, because that is what Steve does constantly. So, actually, now you're hot. As most of you know, I've been on deadline and late as hell for book 8 in this series, Alien Research. And I would like to proudly show someone who should sponsor me, this is how I finished this book. That's a song that saved Pee-wee's life. Yeah, thank you. Okay, one guy gets that? Really? No, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, no one in this room? Okay, come on. That's a song that saved Pee-wee's life.
Of course, if you're in the band, you probably played it.
No, I was not. That's so cute. If you were in the band, that's adorable.
If you were in the marching band in high
Yeah.
school.
Oh, yeah, you did. But I was not. No, I was.
Now we're on.
Now we're on. Yes,
exactly.
Okay, so that was it. I wish I had a better clip of Jenny's. Actually, it's not the best clip.
It isn't?
It's not a great clip.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It's partially just the projection and how those rooms are. Yeah. So hopefully you guys were able to understand. But Jenny, she's our buddy.
She's a friend.
Immediately after her panel was done, fire alarms went off. I'm having to get her and her moderator to get out of the room and escort.
Let's be honest, those fire alarms sounded like a Star Trek ringtone.
They did. When someone said fire alarm, I'm like going, "Oh, I thought that was someone's phone."
I thought somebody was
once I looked up and saw the lights, I'm like going, "Oh no, that's a fire alarm." The entire convention center was being evacuated
Across the street to the Herberger.
Because apparently someone had smoked a cigarette on the 3rd floor.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, and they put the cigarette in the trash can, and someone saw the smoke coming out of the trash can, and they called the fire department.
Which, by the way, this year at Con, the 3rd floor was closed to the general public.
Yeah.
So kids or somebody decided to go up there.
Yeah. Now, there is an interesting little, and you can hopefully tell it quickly, if there is something to say. But there is an interesting story involving a cast member of The Walking Dead that I'm not going to share because it would be inappropriate for me to share since I'm a staff of the con.
Okay, apparently a actor...
Carl, stay in the house!
From The Walking Dead, the story is that as soon as the fire alarm went off...
Carl, stay in the house!
Well, he had a line of people to get his autograph. Jumped out of his chair and ran out of the convention center.
Carl, where are you going?
This actor is going to school, and anybody can tell you when you're going to school you have fire drills, and one of the things that they state during a fire drill is that you do not run. You move out of the building in an orderly fashion, and in grade school you usually have your buddy that you stay with.
Carl, find a buddy and walk out in single file.
The rumor was that this actor just up and left everybody high and dry, and that was it.
I wonder who it was.
Yeah. That was the rumor. That's what we heard after we got back.
Yes.
Now,
we were not there.
We were not there. We don't know because we were at Gini Koch's panel. But what's so funny...
Supposedly.
Okay,
this is all allegedly.
Yes. Now you sound like Kathy Griffin.
Well...
the funny thing is, okay, anyone who's seen Gini at a con knows her from her pink rhinestone cowboy hat. She's known for that. That's her trademark. Everybody knows it. Okay. You would think a pink rhinestone cowboy hat would be easy to find in a group of people out in the Arizona desert sun.
Wouldn't you?
When we all got evacuated from the fire alarm.
Which she moseyed while doing it.
Yeah. And we went across, and we were forced to go across the street at the Herberger Theater. We couldn't find her. Disappeared.
Gone.
Could not. No clue where the hell she was.
Bright pink hat, pink outfit, pink whale tail, everything.
Yeah, could not find anything remotely looked like her.
No.
Now, it's one of those.
Finally, Raul had to call her.
Yeah, exactly.
Text her.
Yeah, and there was like about 5 of us.
Yeah.
At the time, and no, all 5 of us could not find her.
And then she ended up being just like 20 feet to our left.
Exactly. In the shade under a tree.
Yeah. There she was.
Yeah.
With her person. And
Andrew. Oh.
Well, then there was that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to go back in a little earlier because I was staff. Yeah, I walked back in before you guys.
Well, I don't know because Edward had to go with his mod group, and then he told me to hang out with Ginny.
Right.
So that's what we did. So we got separated.
And I was going to use that moment to try to go check on her booth and all that, but even though I was staff, I still wasn't allowed in the
exhibitors hall.
In the exhibitors hall yet. Only the exhibitors were, and staff were around to kind of help moderate stuff.
Okay. And the word came out that they were going to let the exhibitors go in first, since they have the wares, and they didn't want anybody to, come in and, do the five-finger discount. And then it was going to be the stars, the actors, the guests.
Yes, Will Wheaton was right behind me on the escalator.
And then after that, they were going to let in the general public.
Yes.
To go back into con.
And staff was somewhere around the exhibitors part. We were allowed to go in around the same time as exhibitors.
Yeah. So
but not into the exhibitors.
There's
hall.
7 of us with Ginny. And this wonderful, wonderful man, his name is Andrew. He worked
at Desi kid.
He worked at con, and he was assigned to Jenny as her escort.
In the Jenny panel clip that you see, he's the one who brings her the wrong cards.
And she sends them back.
That her husband handed him to send him to take there. But that's
so we're walking from the Herberger, and he was told to take her to 2nd Street in Washington. So that's about a block and a half.
Mm-hmm.
From there, while walking over there, we're walking through the crowds. He's in the front at the top of his voice, but not screaming, but at the top of his voice saying, "Make way, make way, famous author Gini Koch coming through and her entourage. Make way, famous author, make way, Gini Koch, blah, blah, blah." I felt like I was part of an entourage, for one, and for two, Jenny just was loving it, and people spread out like the Red Sea. It was great. I loved it. When we got to inside the building of Convention Center, and right before we go down on the stairs because you couldn't take the escalators, what are you doing?
I'm listening to you tell a story.
Okay, they let us in, Jenny because she had the exhibitor, Andrew because he's a staff, a couple of the other people because we had media, but two of our people, Raul and Brad, had full event. And they were not letting them in because they were the public. Well, Jeannie, sorry, she answers to both.
She'll answer to anything if you buy her books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeannie
Fred
turned around.
Fred, I want your books.
Yeah.
Nice alien books, Fred.
Yeah, okay. Jeannie turned around and turned into a diva, which was warranted, don't get me wrong, and she said, "Those two people are with me. They're coming in with me right now." And the two staff members just said, "Okay." And so we all got in to go into the exhibitor hall, and that's when we heard the story about the actor running away.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then they kept everything open for about another hour and a half so people could get their photos taken and finish up, and the exhibitors could try to make up more money. And not a lot of them had fire sales.
Yes, a lot. There was a lot of booths saying fire alarm sales.
No, I saw fire sale.
I saw fire alarm sales.
Oh yeah, I saw fire. The first one I walked into, fire sale. I'm like, going, that's clever. But so now they also did debut the new Star Trek web series at the con. We didn't really get to see it. We got to see the preview or the promo thing. It is available on YouTube. I did see that. But it's called Star Trek Continues. And here's here's the thing we got to see about it.
Hi there, Phoenix ComicCon 2013 attendees. My name is Vic Mignogna. I'm a voice actor guest for animation and video games, but that's not why I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to tell you about a brand new web series that is premiering at Phoenix ComicCon this year. Star Trek Continues. It picks up right where the original series left off. We have completely recreated the original sets with meticulous detail, and we've assembled an amazing cast and crew for this web production. People you probably know, like Grant Imahara from Mythbusters, Jamie Bamber from Battlestar Galactica, Marina Sirtis. Chris Doohan is reprising his father's role as Scotty. So we want to invite you to join us for the premiere episode, Pilgrim of Eternity, Friday night, May 24th at 6 p.m. You know what's super special? An actor by the name of Michael Forrest is reprising the role he created 45 years ago in an original episode of Star Trek for our premiere episode. You don't want to miss it. I don't want you to miss it. So join us Friday, May 24th, 6 p.m. Star Trek Continues. We'll see you there. And in the meantime, live long and prosper.
Okay, so there were some celebrity moments.
Yes, there were.
Yes. That didn't sound at all faked and forced and
I'm sorry, my mind was somewhere else. It wasn't script. None of this is script because I didn't see anything until we just started this thing.
This isn't really a script. If this is a script, it's really sad. It's more of just a list.
It's not even an outline.
Yeah, it's just
a list.
It's an outline.
I asked for an outline.
It's actually in outline form.
At the beginning of the weekend.
I did it in an outline form.
Jack.
Well, that's because I like it when you're surprised. So, first I got to moderate the Dean Cain panel.
Yes.
Which was amazing. I requested it, and they gave it to me, which is amazing because last year when they said, "Is there anyone that you would not be like good to moderate for because you would like fanboy out or like just be all over?" I said, "Well, if you ever had Dean Cain here or something like that, I'd probably start stalking him and try to lick him or something." And they didn't remember that at all. So I got Dean Cain. I got to touch him. He's all pretty. Now, admittedly, it was just shaking his hand.
I thought you touched his shoulder.
He touched my shoulder.
Oh, he touched your shoulder.
He touched my shoulder. And then when it came down to like, how do you want to do this and everything, introduce him and everything, he's like going, "Hey, whatever, as you wish." And then my line mod pointed out that that's how Wesley in The Princess Bride would tell Princess Buttercup that I love you. And I'm like going, "I'll be Princess Buttercup. I don't care." So that was our little exchange right there. And then I went out. I ended up starting.
You started 10 minutes early.
I started 10 minutes early. There were so many levels of this panel that was actually a little bit of a disaster that I don't think most people realized. Mr. Cain was actually very nice about the whole thing, including me accidentally. I don't even know where my brain was when I said that he was recruited to play on the Falcons when it was actually the Buffalo Bills. And the sad thing is, I actually even expressed backstage that I knew his career because I mentioned one of his movies to him and we discussed it. But
oopsie.
Yeah, I warmed up the crowd, taught them. I got them to do kind of a woo wave back and forth, and then I introduced Mr. Cain and he came out.
He's doing that now, yeah.
They know your career. That's good. I like that. Thank you. Yeah.
Anyone else seen the movie Lost?
Yes. Yeah, the brand new show that airs Monday.
Ooh, what is it?
It's called Hit the Floor. It's I play a professional basketball coach, and it's on VH1. It's a 1-hour drama. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully, some of you will watch it.
Now, there's a rumor that all of the big panels, and there's the ballroom and then there's this room, which is considered the big room, that all of the big panels were filmed and that they're available somewhere online.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rumor. Which many people who worked the convention heard. And we're all kind of waiting to find out where, because sometime during this panel, someone asked him who his secret celebrity crush was, and he was busy like going, "Well, I don't want to say." And I turned to him a little, and I went, "It's me, isn't it?" And he said, "Yeah, how'd you find me out?" And I want that. I want the video of Dean Cain admitting that I'm his secret celebrity crush. So someone find him at the Phoenix ComicCon panel, send that to me, and I will be very happy. I'm not going to give you anything for it, but I'll be happy.
Undying gratitude. You know you would. You will mention them on every single podcast till it ends. During your thank yous.
It could maybe take the place of my intro. It could maybe take the place of the intro music. Just my intro. Welcome to More Geek Than Gay, and then it's Dean Cain admitting that, and then there's no music or anything. So then another celebrity moment. This one was Sunday. I was again working this one. Mandy, who was like my head mod on my team.
He's number 2. Mandy was number 1.
And Mandy was the moderator in the big ballroom for John Barrowman of Doctor Who / Torchwood /
Arrow / Broadway /
all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
But real quick, let's start before. This is at Sunday morning at 10:30 in the morning. It was his panel. Mm-hmm. We had to be there at 9:30 for your mod panel, right? Your mod meeting.
Yes.
Okay. I'm on Twitter at 9 in the morning at home, and they're already stating, PhoenixCon is already tweeting out that there's a line for John Barrowman at 10:30. He's there at 9. I drop him off at 9:30. By the time I park and get over there, it's about 9:40. The line is 4 queues long. And that's still 50 minutes before his panel was going to start. So that gives you an example on how huge it was.
I just walked in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I just walked in. That's because I was working it. And then he came out, tackled Mandy.
Yes.
I couldn't find a video of that anywhere, sadly.
No.
Yeah. And trust me, Mandy wants a video of that. She will be eternally grateful if you can find a picture of him tackling her and molesting her on the stage of the big ballroom. And then
they rolled around.
They rolled around. Yeah. And they rearranged the furniture a little bit.
He
actually unrelated.
He doesn't like the table being up front.
Right.
He likes a very informal panel, and the way he is, that's very understandable because the man did not sit. And he was walking back and forth because they had 2 different lines for questions.
Yeah, and he did pants himself somewhat briefly later.
Oh, but there is a cool thing for if you had press or you were a photographer, an official photographer or press, you were allowed to be in the front. In front of the people who were sitting down in the front row. So guess what?
Joseph has what type of badges was your badge?
I had a press badge.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Actually, a media badge.
Media. Yeah.
And so some of my pictures are off to the side of the stage, and then some of my pictures are in the front, and some of my pictures are looking right up at him saying, oh, look, here's a picture of John Barrowman's nose. But it was really cool.
Now, sadly, I don't think I'm using your clips.
No, you're not using my clips.
Yeah. I chose what I feel were actually the 2 best clips.
Understandable.
There were many very good questions, actually. But the first one actually involves the Marine. The Marine kid who did show up at the Dean Cain panel also.
Yes.
And he got to shake Dean Cain's hand and all that. He got to touch Dean Cain. Okay,
so John, he was after Dean Cain as well. He wasn't just after you.
Well, and then I got the sloppy thirds afterwards at Jenny's booth.
Yes.
Yeah, Brad still has a picture of a cute kid. If you're listening to the audio, this is going to be the one thing you're going to be missing out on because he was kind of a cute kid.
He was a very handsome young man, yes.
Yeah, and John Barrowman decides to molest him.
Hello. I'm going to embarrass this young man. Now, stay in the light. This is the Marine.
He's not embarrassed.
No, he's not. God loved the military. You know what I I did say to him, if you're that, I don't know what his game card is, but if you're that open and you're that comfortable with all the different people that you're around, you're gonna make one good fucking Marine. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, thank you for serving on behalf of everybody. Yes, great.
My question is, what was your toughest role as a character? What character was your toughest role?
My toughest role. Well, there's tough roles for different reasons. Like, for instance, when I was in Beauty and the Beast. I know this is like you guys are like, what? When I was the Beast in Beauty and the Beast on stage, that was really tough because I had to spend an hour in makeup every day getting prosthetics put on, everything, and I had 20 to 30, 40 pounds of equipment on me, and I had to walk around, and do what I do on stage every single day. Tough-wise, Jack wasn't tough. Jack was fun. Jack was a blast. That's why that kind of thing is good. Merlin is not tough. Like, tough things. It sounds twee, but when I did Springtime for Hitler, I had to sit and get my hair dyed every day. And you know how much your scalp burns after 2 weeks of having your hair bleached? I know. But blondes do have more fun. And the phone number you gave me yesterday doesn't work. Oh, you will? Oh! All right, come see me later then. Write it down here.
Oh, so awesome.
Yeah, of course I put it on. I might be pretty, but I ain't stupid. Check with me later, because boy, you are going to go home with us for lunch. We'll talk later. Buddy, you better get your ass over here from London. Because there's going to be a Marine sandwich tonight.
Oh, God.
One of my uncles was a Marine. No, not that way. But no, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to get myself in a really big deep hole here when I go into this.
Yeah, you will.
You type things in on the internet and things pop up. Have you ever seen those videos with the Marines? Check it out. Trust me. Yes.
First of all, I'm kind of afraid to look that up.
Don't worry. You are a TARDIS. I've been in you.
Okay, so now we just had a small technical difficulty, so we're now trying to regroup our thoughts.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what did we talk about?
John Barrowman.
John Barrowman.
He molested
the Marine.
The Marine. And the Marine, we talked about how he was at Dean Cain and everything.
And we were wondering if he actually called him.
Oh, yeah. And I explained how the girl, if you're listening to the audio...
Oh, yeah.
John Barrowman's comment is because the girl is wearing like a Victorian Victorian steampunk TARDIS dress. And that's
when the cyberpunk thing.
Cyberpunk's a different thing. It's there's an author named Gibson. He's like a pioneer of the cyberpunk realm of sci-fi.
Never heard of it.
So cyberpunk's a whole other thing. So I don't remember what we. It seems like there was something else, but I don't know. But we got to talking about him singing.
Yes,
he did eventually sing. A great song. I absolutely love this song. It's from Mac and Mabel.
Mac and Mabel by Jerry Herman.
And it's one of the few shows that actually I'm more familiar with than Joseph.
Yes.
Possibly, I think it's Jerry Herman's most mature show. And this song was originally performed by Robert Preston, and he sings it to a young Bernadette Peters. There's like a 20-year age gap between the characters.
Well, yeah, it's Mac and Mabel have to be.
Yeah. So This is John Barrowman singing "I Won't Sing Roses." Well, mostly singing "I Won't Sing Roses" because he kind of gets a couple of the words wrong. But he was on the spot.
He was on the spot.
He wasn't expecting to sing it, so yeah.
Hold the door. You won't remember which dress you wore. My heart is too much in control. The lack of romance in my soul can turn you gray, kid. So stay away, kid. Forgetting birthdays. I forgot the words. Though I love you, da da da, you'd be the last to know. I want some roses, 'cause roses suit you. So sorry, I forgot the words. Yes.
He does have a very pretty voice.
He does. He does actually have a very pretty voice. I really, well, it's a beautiful song, and I even enjoy singing it. I'm too young to sing it. I think he's too young to sing it.
He even said that he's too young to sing it.
Well, he was too young to do it in a show. He'd have to do it with like a really young, like ingenue actress. But I think he's just really too young to sing it.
He could do it with Clara.
He could do it with Clara, yes. Because people keep on referring to her as an ingenue.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why.
Because she's young. But I think Amy Pond was younger than her.
Yeah, and Rose was young, and no one referred to her as an ingenue.
Yeah,
she was just a waste of a second season. I'm sorry. And Billy Piper, I actually really like you. I just don't like Rose. But then saving, in my opinion, my highlight, even though Joseph was expecting me to completely fangirl out over Dean Cain, my highlight, I say for last, even though it actually happened
Friday.
first. Yeah, it actually was one of the first things that happened, and that is Nichelle Nichols.
Yes.
Most of you probably know her as Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, but she's had a very varied career, including with NASA and singing, stage. She did modeling for a little while. She's done a whole bunch of different movies. So this is Mandy, my mod supervisor person, introducing Miss Nichelle Nichols.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. I need you to help me give the biggest Phoenix ComicCon welcome to the woman who made communicating in space look easy, Miss Nichelle Nichols. Don't go over here. We have a hearing impaired section, and if you walk in front of them to take a photo, they don't know what's going on. Stay out where you are, please. Hi, Ms. Nichols. Hi. So I thought I'd ask you just a few questions, and then if you want to share some stories, or our audience will be lining up over here for questions from them. Is that okay? It's okay with me. All right, fabulous. With you? There we go.
I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
Okay, now there were like kind of technical difficulties with this panel. Nichelle was having difficulty with hearing people on the microphone.
Correct.
I had actually gone over to see where the line started because I wanted to ask her a question. they hadn't actually started the line yet, so they had someone go get one. The line started forming. I even let like a little kid cut in front of me because, you know, it's a little kid. You want him to cut in front of me, cut in front of you. But then the guy who was kind of in charge of, who ended up being in charge of the line, pulled me to the front and told everyone that the reason why I was in front is because if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't have been a line anyway. And I'm like going, oh, okay. So, what else happened? I know Mandy asked her a little bit about NASA.
Yes.
And singing.
And her singing. And she sang.
She sang.
She sang. She did a little ditty.
She did the tune for Star Trek.
Yes.
Ooh.
She even did the high note at the end.
She did.
And she hit it, and she didn't change the key or anything. She
Nope.
did it very well.
And that, actually, I do have on video, and it came out so badly. The acoustics just
Was
did
bad.
not, especially with where I was at.
Yeah.
It sounds horrible, and that's like I'm not putting it on here. But, yeah, it was actually amazing. Because it's funny, she did the whole thing, and then she stopped right before the high note. She's like, well, you know how it ends. And then she came back and did the high note. And it was absolutely fantastic. So, here is me getting a chance to ask Nichelle Nichols, yay, a question.
Hello, Miss Nichols.
Hi there.
Hi. I have been a long-time fan, and I do want to quickly let you know that you are one of the most beautiful women who you actually... You are one of the 5 women who are responsible for me not realizing I was gay. Okay. You kept me going for a long time. I do want to say, I very much enjoy your singing career. I know a lot of the questions here today will probably be about Star Trek and your other things, but I even have, like, your first album, Dark Side of the Moon, Starry-Eyed is one of my favorite songs.
I'm not hearing you. The microphone is distorting what I'm hearing.
Okay. How about, can you catch me now? How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I'm not quite sure what you're saying.
Speak slower.
I will speak slower. There we go.
And lower, yes.
And lower, okay. I can do that.
That's right.
Slower and lower.
Yes, that's very good.
We're having a moment. It's you and me right now.
Yes, baby.
So, like I was saying, I've enjoyed your musical career. I have your first album, Dark Side of the Moon.
Yes.
Starry-Eyed is one of my favorite songs of yours. You did a one-woman show where you got to play a whole bunch of different jazz singers. What was that like? I've never found anything about it other than knowing it existed.
Well, when I think it goes back to when I was a kid and found out that I could do a lot of things. I didn't know it was called impersonating, but I had a lot of favorite stars who were, and I used to entertain my mother and father and my sisters and brothers, and so Dad would say, okay, Nichelle is going to do, well, it's called Grace, but is going to do a show for us, is going and tell us what it is, and then I tell them, explain to them what I'm going to do. And then I would do all of these characters as I put them in my show. I cast them in my show. And then I would do the men, you know, whatever he was going to do. And I'd do the women, whoever she was going to be. And I'd do the kid who was questioning what Mom and Dad were talking about. And then I'd do the little baby. And so
had fun doing, and then I do the neighbor. We all got one of those, you know. And it was fun to create. Now, I was I was really young. I was maybe in my teens. I don't think I was in my teens yet, but from a little kid, from a little kid, I would design these shows, and when and they knew it was coming, my mom and dad, and so they shush all my sisters and brothers and shut up, and then the neighbors found out about it, and then I put on this show, you know, and I would play all these characters, and they would laugh, and they would go, oh, and they would love it, you know, and I found out then I'm an actress. It's what they call it. And that's how I became an actress who could sing and dance and do characters. And it seemed, it didn't seem strange to me or phenomenal. It just seems like, you know, if you're going to be talking about, then you've got to get a voice of a man who says to his wife one thing. And she says, well, I wasn't thinking of it that way. And so I would just create characters. And then I finally started recording them and taping them and developing them further. So that started me in my writing. Yeah. And then I would get all the kids in the neighborhood and cast them after I'd auditioned them. And they were just so excited about it. Some were really, really good. And others were, well, they had to play the ushers or something. But I had fun growing up and being a lot of characters. I didn't know that I was capable of it because it was just something that I did, you know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you more.
Aww.
Thank you.
That actually kind of was one of the highlights of the con for me.
Yeah. But I will say one thing. When I was up front with John Barrowman, I was able to understand what she was talking about because that echo, when you're up front, that echo just goes right through and goes back and forth. It's like being at a stadium because you have that little bit of a second delay. It threw me for John, and I can't even imagine how it was when they hadn't figured out how to work the sound system yet, because she was the first one on Friday, wasn't she?
Yeah, I believe she was
I mean, because she was the tester guest in the big ballroom.
Yeah. There was a quick rearranging of the schedules that happened on Thursday or whatever, and I don't know what happened, but yeah, she ended up being, because she was supposed to be Sunday.
Yes.
And then she ended up being Friday instead. But yeah, like I said, that was kind of the highlight for me, getting to ask her a question.
She's still a gorgeous woman.
She is
still gorgeous.
And then someone later with curly hair, she played with his hair, and I couldn't help it. I was actually a little jealous. I was going, I wanted her to play with my hair or something. I don't know.
You don't have curly hair.
I don't have curly hair. But
hold on, a bug just went in my nose.
Okay.
Okay, so, I guess I do have a pause nose after all.
Pause noses attracts bugs?
No. It's a running joke in my family because my mother is a paz, P-A-Z, and my grandfather, her father, has a very big nose. Growing up, we used to, Foghorn Leghorn in Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah, a boy?
Yes, exactly. That's what we call our grandfather.
Because of his
my
nose?
grandpa Tanis, because his nose and his jokes and stuff like that, we called him. When Foghorn Leghorn was on the TV, we're like, oh, there's Grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I always actually like Foghorn Leghorn. And the dog.
I like the chicken hawk.
And little Henry. Well, Henry was the chicken hawk, but there was the little chick that was smart.
Yes.
Yeah. He didn't pop up as much as Henry.
No.
But so that kind of basically covers the con. Sunday night,
one more thing.
Sunday night we went out and more
drinks,
chartreuse.
Yeah, drinks and dinner.
More chartreuse. Glug glug glug.
Yes. Paratini again.
Another Paratini. And so that was there anything else really?
The creepy dolls.
The creepy dolls in the basement. Oh yes. And Gini decided to show us some of the Hannies?
Hannies or Hannies. Hannies, I believe. HANNY''S.
It used to be a department store in like the 50s or 60s or something like that.
Correct.
And it's now a restaurant bar. And like one of the elevators is now just an empty thing with a glass floor so you can see down, and like it actually was creepier for me looking up.
It didn't affect me either way. I was just like, oh, it's an elevator shaft that has glass on the top and the bottom.
Well, especially the bottom part, just like, oh.
And it was only one story.
Yeah, so
it's
even
not
if
like
I
you
fell,
went down. It's not like you were looking down 5 stories. It was just, oh look, there's the basement.
If
and
you
I'm on the ground
fell,
floor.
it would be the glass damage from the fact that you were standing on a glass floor and it broke. That would actually do you more
I'm pretty
damage
sure
than
it's plexiglass, and I'm pretty sure people stand on it.
Oh yeah. Oh no. But I'm saying that it was only one floor, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't be injured that much except for by shards. But then there was some sort of weird mannequin thing that was covered in sequins. That was weird. But then you go down into the basement, and there's these creepy dolls that are reenacting the Last Supper.
Da Vinci's Last Supper.
Yes.
And they're dolls like Cupid dolls. Cupid dolls. Yeah, that you get
the porcelain eye ones, right?
Yeah, where
they fall asleep when you lean them back.
Exactly.
And then they wake up.
That's stuff that the little girls have, and little boys some, but that's another issue. That's another storyline.
Yeah, that's another. And you weren't down there during this tour when I went down there.
No, because I didn't see what was the point of looking at it at the time.
Went down, and it was interesting and everything. And then as most of my group went up, and another group came down, and it was Garrett Wong from Star Trek Voyager and his people. They came down to look at the creepy dolls. And as I was going up, and he's like going, oh, this is creepy. I'm like, oh, did you see the elevator? And he's like going, oh, yeah. And then I go up the stairs, and I'm like thinking to myself, this is a really weird exchange to have had with Gilbert Wong.
I have a weirder exchange.
You have a weirder exchange with Gilbert Wong?
No, just in general.
Just in general?
And it's Garrett Wong.
That's right. I can't believe I said Gilbert. Oops, Garrett Wong. But at least I didn't say Wang. Because if you say Wang, you're Wong.
So, yeah, exactly. So he had his little exchange. I got Gini convinced me to go down. I went down. The dolls, okay, they're dolls. Yeah, nothing. I was more concerned and
Marcy
interested.
took a creepy picture of them.
Yeah, she did take.
Marcy took a great picture of them.
I was more concerned with the fact that there was a door in the middle of this basement that opened to nothing. It was weird, and I was more concerned with that than the dolls because apparently in this basement it's haunted.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything except for that door. The door, I kind of got the heebie-jeebies because, and this is before I found out the place was basement.
Yeah,
the basement was haunted.
But the place was basement.
Yes, exactly.
I like that a lot.
My little star, famous star, was it Friday? I think it was Friday. We were walking out of the exhibitor hall, going to a panel, I believe, and we were in the main lobby. And a piece of paper had fallen out of my back pocket, and David Franklin came out, was behind us, and got the piece of paper that fell out of my pocket, stopped, patted me on my shoulder, and stopped me and gave me the piece of paper.
And who is he?
Somebody.
Brad knew.
Brad went kind of fanboy.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
I know. He's no Gilbert Wong. No, I don't know. Garrett Wong.
I know who he is when you tell me all this stuff, but I don't know his stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know his stuff. But when you say, oh, he was in this and this and this, he's actually been in a lot of stuff that I know. I
Yeah.
just don't know his name. But he was a nice man.
Yeah. He gave you a paperback.
And gave me a piece of paperback that we didn't go to. Because that was, what's her name panel? The one from Tucson. April Lynn?
Oh, April Lynn?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was having a fairy diary panel. We didn't make it to that one.
Yeah, I have her book. I need to read it.
We have we have so many things.
Yeah. I was gonna
Hey.
save that as a. Well, no, it's not.
I can't read that. How am I
it's
supposed
not
to know?
on here. It's not.
Oh, it's not on there.
No.
Okay.
No, I actually thought of it like about halfway through here.
Oh, okay.
I was like going. I think you'll like it. But no. So that covers the con. That's pretty much geek stuff I mean, I think that's a good chunk of geek stuff.
That's a lot of geek stuff.
Oddly enough, comic book convention. Did I go to any of the comic book panels? No.
Did you buy comic books?
Well, I bought some trades.
And you did get Raven.
I didn't get his autograph, though.
Yeah, but you still bought stuff.
I got to say hi. That's
Yeah.
about it. He was busy, like, not hitting on someone. Well, she had a boyfriend, and he has a girlfriend, so he was just being, like, a big flirt.
You know what they say. You know what they say at on Big Bang. What happens at con stays at con.
Right, yeah, there you go. So, except for now when I put it on a podcast.
True.
Yeah. What happens in front of me gets broadcast to everybody. That's what happens there. So now, gay shows.
Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! We need to get a bumper for that, please.
We do. Yeah, we haven't revised the show quite fully yet, so we still don't have the
a
bumpers.
couple songs in my head.
What do you think? I was actually thinking of doing the I Dream of Genie thing, except for just actually using the real music.
I have a couple songs in my head.
Smash!
Yay, Smash!
It's over!
No.
The heartache is over.
It's sad.
It ended so corny.
Really? I didn't think so.
I thought that was just the corniest ending.
I did not think so at all.
It was kind of sweet, and it answered everything for the whole season in 30 seconds. It's like,
how
there
did
you
it
go.
end corny? It ended very proper. It ended, and I have stuff in my head because I knew you were going to do this. I have stuff in my head to explain how proper and true to Broadway it is.
They had a
start
musical
with your corny thing.
Well, no,
I'm out of
everything.
There we go.
Everything led up to this one moment, yeah. And they get there, and then we have like 5 minutes left of the show, and so they have a musical number that just explains everything away.
No,
end credits.
That musical number was basically end credit song.
That musical number, they kept on. Oh, look! Now he knows she's pregnant. Oh, look! Now they're together. Oh, look! Let's tidy everything up real quick so you don't have any more questions, because we're not coming back next season because no one watched us. This is all the stuff we were going to talk about next season, and now we're going to talk about it during a musical number that has tap dancing, it didn't really have soft shoe. Yeah. And your rebuttal.
Okay. That last song, I was kind of disappointed in that last song. I was hoping that they would do their the main theme. You know.
Well, it wasn't like. Yeah, I mean, they were kind of wanting to end it on an up note.
Well, that song is, "Let Me Be a Star" is an up note.
Oh, that okay.
The main thing.
Oh, that. Okay.
It would have been nice.
I was thinking
the
Baby Grand or whatever.
End.
I was thinking the White Baby Grand thing. Yeah, I was like,
no. The "Let Me Be Your Star" would have been a nice bookend because that's what it started with.
That would have been. Although, could it have duetted nicely?
It is a duet.
Is it?
Yeah, the song is a duet.
Well, they sing in unison though, don't they?
No, there's harmony.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons why I can never do that song as Jaji, because there is harmony, and I'm not the type.
And don't get me wrong.
I am so sorry. I just kicked the kitten.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the cheese. I fully enjoyed the cheese. It was actually one of the best moments of the whole season, of a season that was rapidly falling apart, and only came back together during the last two episodes. The last 2 episodes that they showed as a 2-hour episode was actually pretty good.
The Tony Awards.
Yeah, those were actually pretty good. Everything else was just a disaster. But an addictive disaster.
See, and my thing, and what I had, okay, because I know you had a problem with the Tonys on the fact that, Hit List was winning most of it, and then all of a sudden the big best musical was, Bombshell. And you made a comment saying is like, yes, you made a comment saying that how is it this one show won all these and then they didn't win the big one?
No, that happens all the time. That even happens at the happens at the Academy Awards.
Exactly, and that's what I had. I had there's many Broadway shows.
Yeah, that I would have commented that. Yeah. I think maybe you just misheard. I might have said something and you just thought that's what I was saying. Because honestly, I do think there was something about one of the awards that I was like going, really? But
the drama desk when the two directors won.
That one was a little weird.
It's happened before.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one I don't know. That one, because I don't, it's Drama Desk Awards. That's like, memorizing the Golden Globes. It's not like an award that really matters.
Except for to the people who win.
That's true.
Ooh, and the Tonys are this Sunday.
And just imagine how many of those people who win and then don't end up with a Tony. That golden, that Drama Desk Award is such a consolation as they close their show.
Drama Desk Award is for Broadway and off-Broadway.
That's true.
Tony Awards are just for Broadway.
They're just for staying open.
No. There's been shows that won after they've closed on the Tonys.
Well, that's true, but there's been many a show that didn't win and closed like that.
Or better yet.
And you don't even get a soundtrack for
a decent sound.
Or a Broadway cast recording.
Original cast recording.
Yes, because, you can't really call it a soundtrack.
Soundtracks.
It causes people
Soundtracks are for movies.
Moments. Yes.
Original broadcast.
Scott from Seder Sphere would, just come unglued if he heard me say a soundtrack. I just got attacked by a kitten.
Yeah.
He's attacking my toes.
Well, there's plays and shows that close if they don't even get a nomination.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one this year.
I don't think anyone closes because they didn't get a Drama Desk Award.
No, because they're hoping for a Tony.
They're hoping for the Tony. Yeah.
Unless they're
hoping
off-Broadway.
for the real award.
Unless they're off Broadway, then they close.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But so that was actually Smash.
That's our gay show.
No. There's one more.
Fashion Star?
No.
Felt?
No.
What?
Someone was the Wicked Witch of the West.
That's not a gay show.
It was a show.
Fundraiser.
And it was gay.
That was.
You were in drag. How can you get more gay than that?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
They raised money for a good cause.
Okay. First off, let me present this way and how I presented it to a bunch of other people.
It was a good cause.
It was a very good cause.
So there.
We, as everybody knows, 2 weeks ago, Oklahoma got hit with a really bad tornado.
It's a twister. It's a twister.
Only at a gay bar doing a drag show to raise money for the Red Cross Relief Fund for the Oklahoma tornado can have a show themed Wizard of Oz.
It's a twister. It's a twister.
So that was last night.
That was last night.
Yes, last evening. There was
That's how he still has makeup on.
Which you really can't see.
Yeah, but I can.
Okay.
I mean, I can. It's right there. You got a big smudge of it right there.
I know. That's why every time I blink, it's hard to reopen.
No, you can't really see.
You can't see
But
it.
trust me, it's there.
Oh, look at that. There was a spaghetti dinner from 5 to 7, and then the show was from 7 to 9.
And what songs did you do?
And every one of the performers had to dress up as a character. We were assigned a Wizard of Oz character. Miss Zaragoza was the Cowardly Lion. Paula Shea was Dorothy. Nikki Starr was the Scarecrow. Luke, I want to say Alcatraz, but that's not his name. It's a drag king. He was the Tin Man. The person who was supposed to be Glinda the Good Witch canceled. And I was the Wicked Witch of the West.
I was the Hungry Tiger. I don't show up for another couple shows.
There is no Hungry Tiger.
There's a hungry tiger.
I don't think so.
I have the books.
Wherever they are.
They're in the box right there.
But it was very successful. It was very successful.
Okay.
We raised $1,500 for
17.
No, 15.
Oh, okay.
It was $1,500.
Oh, that's still
for basically 4 hours.
Yeah.
Very successful. I did my first number. Well, we spent like $60 on makeup just for me. Makeup and the gloves.
He turned green.
I literally was all ducked out in green.
Green.
With blue eyeshadow.
So he's a green whore.
Exactly. My first number, I did No Good Deed from Wicked.
And I'm not apologizing for that, any of you who like to wear blue eyeshadow. It's a whore color.
It's very 80s.
Unless you're black. Unless you have the dark skin tone. Sometimes you can pull that off with blue.
It's very 80s.
But white girls, don't be wearing blue eyeshadow.
Unless you're going to an 80s party.
Right, yeah, well, yeah, okay. But, okay, No Good Deed.
And then...
From Wicked.
Then the second number was Don't Give Me No Good News from
Bad
The
News.
Wiz. Don't Give Me No Bad News.
Yeah.
From The Wiz.
That's where I learned that black people can have chest hair. Was from The Wiz.
Okay.
When they all, like, get freed and then they're all dancing around almost naked. And some of the black guys have chest hair. And I remember as a little kid, I was like going, black people have chest hair?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I never
I
knew.
was thinking that you realize that black people have chest hair because of the Wicked Witch.
No.
That she had chest hair.
No.
That's what I thought you were talking about. So when you're...
No.
Oh, that's so wrong.
No, it was all the...
Now remember, the racial insensitive stuff goes to him, not me.
That's me. And then what was your third number?
That was it. I only did 2.
Oh, you only did 2?
I only did 2.
Okay.
And Larry showed up.
Oh, and Larry showed up.
Larry
oh,
showed
hey,
up.
we brought it all the way back to Larry.
Yeah, Larry showed up. It was nice.
Oh,
I was
that's-
surprised. I didn't expect him to be there, but it was nice.
That is nice.
And Archie's still awake.
Wow.
Archie is still awake.
Yeah, I'm like going, and that's on the microphone. Okay.
I know that maybe I should say it properly. And well, the reason why I'm saying this is because about 15 minutes ago he told us good night.
Yes. Now, I do have one more little video thing I want to cover because I just had it brought to my attention actually at the last moments at work. And Joseph hasn't seen the video yet. So I'm going to show everybody the video.
All at once.
Yes, and then we will discuss.
Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We're about to get started. If you could all please rise for the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, I must have hit play. Hi, we're
Hi.
back.
Okay.
We were talking about microphones. Okay, that is like a big hit thing on YouTube. I don't normally post videos, especially don't normally post videos of junior high school kids. But that is being posted as Star Spangled Banner fail symbol fail, and I don't think that's fair.
No, because it's not a it's not a complete fail. He did a really good job of covering,
and that it was very respectful.
Yes,
I think I want to say you're okay in my book, kid.
I was more annoyed by the girl playing the bass drum who started laughing. You're not supposed to cause attention to it.
Yeah. But that's the little video I wanted to bring to it because I feel badly for that kid that it's being listed as a fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fail.
It's not a fail.
Not a fail.
You're okay, kid. So we're now at that point of the show.
What point is that?
The point where we say thank you to people.
Oh, thank you to people.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Stewie Monster Friend. Or dude, you got to get a real name. That's all I got to say. Just get a real name so I can say that to you.
Maybe he does. He just likes that name. He picked that name.
He did, but I never remember
Stewie
it.
Monster. Just say Stewie Monster.
Okay,
You're
Stewie
now
Monster.
Stewie Monster.
You're now Stewie Monster. So thank you to my sister. She commented.
Did she?
Yeah, she commented when I posted about the music. She
I
approved of the new music, of the new theme music.
Oh, does she? Okay. I
Yeah.
adore her.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law.
And thank you to everyone else who's been listening. I know that many of you have been listening and watching and not commenting, and that's okay. You don't have to be commenting all the time.
I never did.
See?
Except for physically when he got home, and I'm like, you messed this up. You made this mistake. You made that mistake. You forgot this.
So, thank you. If you do get a chance, please feel free to leave a comment. And also, I'm going to say it again. If you get a chance, please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. That does help out the show, and it makes it to where I can start doing even more of these, implementing more of the changes that I'm wanting to get implemented, basically.
Yeah, especially since I'm an implemented change.
He's one of the implemented changes. The theme is one of the implemented changes.
Correct.
And Karen's one of the implemented changes, but she's sick. She's a sick implemented change.
Next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
If she's better.
Yeah. I do want to give a quick shout out to Joshua Tree Feeding Program. You heard mention of that earlier. They help people with HIV and AIDS get food. Okay.
Not just them, but also the pets.
Also the pets?
Yes.
With assistance with...
pet assistance program.
Well, wasn't it through PetSmart?
It was through, actually Empty Bowls.
Empty Bowls. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought PetSmart was helping.
PetSmart is one of the companies that help out Empty Bowls.
Oh, okay.
So, yes. But, it's the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month that they also give out dog and cat food, because we found out that some of our clients are giving their food that we give them to their pets. So it's it's just not only the humans that we help, we also help out the animals.
No one should have to choose between feeding themselves and their pet.
And Lord knows we have enough of those.
Yeah. So it's an all-volunteer organization. Any assistance is greatly appreciated. Feel free to check them out at www.jtfp.org. Oh, I made that noise.
Yes, you did. That was the first time.
That was the first time. I don't believe I made that noise. But still go check them out. Don't pay attention to that noise. Just go there. Buy Gini Koch's books. There's a whole bunch of people who are going to get mentioned because they've been mentioned. So,
Gini Koch.
Gini Koch.
Jordan Summers.
Marcy Rockwell.
Yes.
Rockwell. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Marcy. Joseph Nassis.
Yes.
And Raven Gregory. Samurai Comics. We didn't even mention running into them at the con.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, we were busy doing stuff, and they were busy doing stuff.
Yeah, they have a booth. They're busy, and they had a prime spot booth.
Yeah.
Right at the front doors.
And Mariah came by and chatted with us
when we were walking around.
Well, no, when everything was shutting down.
Oh yeah.
When she didn't want to go back and do any more work.
Yeah. Oh, and then my guys from Scholastic, too.
Yeah.
Scholastic.
Yeah. And I did see Marco from Pop Culture Paradise. He was walking around. That was during closing. I saw that.
Yeah.
And then Shannon with her
Shanwiches.
Everything. Hopefully there's a website, and if you put in the word Shanwiches, her stuff will pop up. She does cute little illustrations. They're adorable. So
cutout illustrations.
Cutouts also. Yeah. Oh, and we didn't even talk about Wendy Penny and how we got her book.
Yeah.
And hey, Freddie, you have an autograph coming to you from
Wendy and
Penny.
Richard.
Wendy and Richard Penny. They do ElfQuest, and they have a new book that's which is a gay erotic adaptation of Mask of the Red Death
by Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, I don't know, but
we got it, so we're going to read it.
Yeah. And Terry Moore, Strangers in Paradise. I got the 4th book, and I got that signed. That was nice. And I still have to introduce you to Strangers in Paradise. I think you'll like it.
I don't know that one.
I think you'll like it. And there was another one that popped up that I can't remember who it was or what it was. But
Delilah.
Well,
we mentioned Delilah.
Delilah, yeah.
We got her
and
book.
Then,
and
Alexandra.
Alexandra, yep.
Yeah.
And we got her CD.
Yes, we got her CD. And Bitsy Mamas, they weren't even there.
No, Bitsy Mamas wasn't there.
But they feed us sometimes. So
once a month.
Yeah. So
I
check
do
out
love
Bitsy
my
Mamas.
Bitsies.
And he's much better with the address type thing than I am with Bitsy's.
Bitsy Mamas is on 58th Avenue, just north of Glendale, at downtown Glendale. It's across the street from the main Civic Plaza.
Yeah.
So they've been around for 41 years.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares.
It doesn't matter because it's good food.
It is. And quick shout out of the address for Samurai Comics. The main one.
Samurai Comics has 3 locations, but the one that we mostly go to is the one at 11th Street and Camelback.
He's better.
It's on the south side.
South side. Oh, no, that's west side. I don't know the symbol for south.
South side of Camelback. You can't miss it. They have their own little parking lot.
I can't twist my fingers into a south side symbol.
Don't flip off the camera.
So, again, feel free to leave comments. We're on YouTube this week. Yay. Hi. We're also located on iTunes, More Geek Than Gay. Libsyn.com. You can find us there at www.moregeekthanGay.libsyn.com. Also started up a Twitter account and a Facebook account. Those are so skeletal at this moment, but it's getting there. I'm making my footprint bigger on the interwebs. Yo. Word up to your mother.
Please.
And so, until next week, next Tuesday.
Okay.
Because we do it on Monday and we post it on Tuesday.
I just had to figure out what my plans are. I'm supposed to be sent away to jail for the summer, but he has yet to send me to jail.
Jail, New Mexico.
Yeah, jail, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Because he won't let me go back home to San Diego or go visit to Denver because it's bloody hot here in hell called Phoenix.
If you want to go to jail, that's great. Yeah, that's
jail, New Mexico, visiting my aunt Yoli.
That's a scenario that I'm sure you'll enjoy every minute of. But that's a whole other issue, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Please give us feedback, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Well, we won't see you because
you won't even see us. Oh wait,
They'll see us. Well, no, they won't see us.
Yeah, we might.
Something.
I'm thinking we should do video if it's Karen's first.
Oh, we probably should do a video of Karen's first, so you guys can get
so you can see Karen
and her boobs. There's boobs.
I have boobs. They're in a drawer. I could bring them out.
Yeah, hers don't detach.
I have 3 different sizes.
She only has one.
Yeah, see? I beat out. Mine's made out of foam.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, until next week, and Mickey, you maybe shouldn't have listened to that part either. I don't know. But until next week, toodles!
Good night.
tell me what you see. Wonder if they could guess it about me. Here I'm standing in a double life, one with love, one with strife. Try to act normal and play it cool, so afraid of breaking a rule. But now I'm falling too hard to stop. Can't help but take the next round. I can't live in the normal world. I'm just chasing time. I belong in that endless world, the place where you're mine. So take me there where I long to be. Inside time's mystery, upside down and it feels so right. Take my hand, we'll take flight. Another date, another place. Everything I know's been erased. Tell me your secrets, I'll tell you mine. Feel like I'm about to cross the line. Wondering how to hold on to you, and the shivers you put me through. Give me more of those lips, those eyes that took me by surprise. I can't live in the normal world. I'm just chasing time. I belong in that endless world, the place where you're mine. So take me there where I long to be. Inside time's mystery, upside down and it feels so right. Take my hand, we'll take flight. Hold me closely, tell me it's all for me. I need you to know. I can't live in the normal world. I'm just chasing time. I belong in that endless world, the place where you're mine. So take me there where I long to be.
Okay, now that closing theme was Alexandra Monnier. She's one of the authors that we met at the con. That is actually a soundtrack to one of her books. Yeah. She recorded some songs. There's 2 songs for her first one, and then she recorded another song for the second book. And I actually liked that song. I thought that was actually a really catchy little tune. I think Jaji should do it. But also forgot to mention that, hey, look, Emma was there at the con. She showed up, greeted people. Yes. And of course, little Starro was there because he had to try to conquer the world with cuteness, one con at a time. Ooh. Anyway, thank you for listening to the podcast. Go get yourself a cookie. You've earned it. And we will be at you again next Tuesday. Until then, back the video up and look at our bundle of stuff that we brought home from the con. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Lots of books. Lots of books. Books. Catch you all next Tuesday. Bye.